The comments by Rabuka is very unFijian, extremely unFijian. It lacks decorum, it lacks finesse. All of you are aware that you've been to press conferences we've had, or statements we've actually issued to the media, where we have actually told as to what procedure the Honourable Prime Minister has gone through. We have informed that he is actually which city he is in, and we've also informed members of the public that he is recuperating and that we should respect the privacy, his privacy and of course his family's privacy, so he can actually recuperate, and he's actually doing well. I've also mentioned that I've communicated with him, and I communicate with him on a regular basis. So this type of comment just to get on the front page of Fiji Times actually, I think is very distasteful. And it shows a complete lack of disrespect for an individual's privacy when they're going through a medical procedure. He, of course, is the Prime Minister of this country, and we, of course, have now gone on more than 2 occasions basically stating what his health position is, what procedure he's been through. We've actually stated what procedure he's been through, and which hospital and, which city he's been in. So I cannot understand why he's saying that we're keeping it a state secret. I think, essentially, see, politicians like that like to be relevant. The point is that what the Fiji Village journalist stated about Honourable Biman Prasad and Rabuka is that none of them actually have made any statements on their policies. There's absolutely an absence of policy. They have no policy on ITC, they have no policy on the pandemic, they have no policy on education. Rabuka in fact said, I made education free. And then of course when it was pointed out to him that it was not free, then he said, oh yes, I meant, this. So again, there's a lack of inconsistency. And it goes to show that if a person he's not even in Parliament, but he is outside of Parliament, can make that type of inconsistent statements. Imagine what he will do if he ever, God forbid, gets into government. That's what the members of the public need to understand. That here you have politicians, some in Parliament, who are making so many inconsistent statements, which goes to show what type of leaders they would be if they ever form government, God forbid. So I think this is a good opportunity for members of the public to realize when these people make statements, and they are given the opportunity by certain media organizations to make very silly statements, inconsistent statements, which really should be picked upon. Some media organizations, of course, are pointing out the inconsistencies. And that is really the job of a media organization. It's not for people to simply come and parrot what somebody said, and then we have to respond to that. I mean, anybody can see that I'm standing here and I'm not drunk. It's a very basic saying we're drunk with power. It's a very fundamental issue. So again, Rabuka is trying to be relevant, making statements on the Honourable Prime Minister. No decorum, no finesse, no respect, very, very unFijian.